Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Brave Embodied. I am Jean Nangwala, your online big sister. I love you too. And welcome to episode 2. I'm excited. Thank you for being here. Last week we were talking about who am I? Who does God say we are? What do we think about ourselves? And we just went through a process where we recognized that our flaws are beautiful too. That the good and the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, all that makes us who we are and acceptable before God. And we will present ourselves to the world just the way we are. I hope you got to a place where you designed your journal, made it beautiful, and used it. Kept on writing in there and just communicating with God. I've been doing that. That's been great. And today we're going to talk about beauty. I'm sure you've heard definitions of what is beautiful and who's a beautiful girl. Depending on where you come from, this concept is different. Other countries, they will tell you a beautiful girl is skinny. In other countries, it's like a beautiful girl is thick. In other countries, it'll be a beautiful girl has long hair, has a certain type of nose. In other countries, you need to have a gap. As a young girl, I always heard people question, oh, what's beautiful? And I heard people make comments like, oh, she's beautiful. Oh no, that one is not beautiful. Oh no, she's ugly. Oh, I don't like her hair. And earlier I was just browsing through, you know, the internet, our modern best friend, the one who knows it all, the one you could just ask questions and they'll answer. I went there and typed in beautiful girl, images of beautiful girl. And all you see is long hair, certain type of nose, slender, has to look a certain way. And this has been the definition of beautiful since I was younger. And some things have changed a little, but we're still stuck at a beautiful girl is tall and slender and has a certain type of nose and certain type of eyes. So most of us have not had a representation of people who look like us that defines what beautiful is. We've come to a point where if you don't look like this, then you're not beautiful. Then people can pick on you. At school, other girls can call you ugly. People can call you names if you don't look like this. People can call you ugly because you don't look like this. And we also then build insecurities around how we look, how we wear our hair, our face, my ears, my nose, and become really uncomfortable with ourselves, with our body. So what does God say about us? Let's go to Songs of Solomon 4 verse 7, and it says, you are altogether beautiful, my love. There is no flaw in you. If you're slender, you're altogether beautiful. If you're thick, you're altogether beautiful. If you're tall, if you're short, if you have short hair, long hair, if you have a small nose, a big nose. So I'm going to tell you a quick story of me in high school. Yes, I was in high school. There was this girl, one of my friends, we're still friends till now. She was brilliant. She is brilliant and she's absolutely gorgeous. But she possessed every single attribute that people in my community thought was beautiful. She was light-skinned, so light-skinned was seen as more beautiful. She had long hair. A girl with long hair is more beautiful. She walked a certain way, spoke a certain way, and I would always look at her and say, I wish I was her. I wish I was light-skinned. I wish I had long hair. I wish my hair just flowed straight. I wish I spoke like she did. I wanted to be acceptable. I wanted to be beautiful like she was. And this was at the expense of celebrating her as a person. I wanted to beat her. I wanted to be the best. I wanted people to pay attention to me and disregard her. But then we became friends. That's how Jesus works. We became friends, and she spoke highly of me. She saw certain attributes in me that she admired. And it struck me at that moment that this girl I am looking at and wanting to be her so bad sees certain attributes in me that she admires and she wishes she had. I was like, how? Then I started noticing things about myself that I really appreciate. And I realized that while I was trying to be somebody else, I was neglecting this one person, unable to celebrate my worth and my value because I am trying to beat somebody else. I think about this verse and remember just when I started learning about God and really understanding what I was being told, and they'll say, you were made in the image of God, meaning I was perfectly made to be who I am today, to have my skin tone, to speak the way I do. Now we see what the internet says about beauty and know what God says about beauty. So we're gonna go into our lovely journals that we made safe for ourselves and write attributes about yourself that you love, that you appreciate. And I will go first. The number one thing I love about myself is my smile. Do you see this? Wait, hold on. Do you? I will smile and I'll get money from my mother. Doesn't work all the time, but it's worth. So my number one, definitely my smile. Number two, I love my aura. When I enter a room, it just feels like I come with a certain presence. Whether you want to look at me as confident, strong, or you want to see me as intimidating, or you want to see me as friendly, or you want to see me as kind, I feel like my aura just embodies that, and I love it. I love it so much because I go in certain spaces where I need to be very assertive, and I get there and I'm like, this is what we're doing. And I go in certain spaces and I'm just like, oh hi, and people want to talk to me and I'm like, yes, tell me all your secrets. But I love my aura. Number three, I mentioned last week how I was very uncomfortable with wearing my hair, my short natural hair, but I love it. Takes a lot of moisturizing, but I love it. And I love short hair, but I also love doing anything to my hair, braiding it. I love experimenting with my hair, and I feel like my hair could do that. I no longer look at it and feel unpretty because I am wearing my short natural hair. I also love my skin tone. For so long, being dark-skinned was not regarded as beautiful. Like if it's not back at home in my own country and culture, I felt out of place. But now I see my skin and say, this is what I bring to the table. And today I'm wearing my Black Girl Magic, that when you see me, you're reminded that I am Black Girl Magic. Another thing I appreciate and love so much, I love my culture. Now that I'm getting older, I've been privileged to have friends from different cultures and races, and it's made me appreciate my culture even more because I see and recognize its uniqueness. That when I enter a room and I'm the only Bemba girl in that space, that people get to experience my culture through my eyes, and I learn from them as well. I look at them and I appreciate their culture. I appreciate how they grew up, and I learn more from just seeing we have different lived experiences, but the goal is the same, and it's incredible. There were moments where people would say, oh, you're beautiful inside out, and I'm like, inside out? How? But it's true, you're beautiful inside out. And so as we're writing down, I just want you to write things that you love about yourself physically, things that you love about your personality, things that you love about your character. You'll be so amazed at how many unique traits you possess, and you'll realize that this version of yourself is the best version you can present to the world. So I am here, I'm waiting. Keep writing, you're doing good. that when you are writing, you are reminded that you are a piece of art and that you are loved by God, that you are uniquely made, because the world needs to see you, needs to see the version of who you are, the fullness of God in you and what you bring to this table. God looks at you every single day and says, you are absolutely beautiful, and this is what I want the world to see. And the world can't wait to see what you bring to the table and experience your voice and your mind and your talents and all your gifts, because you are wonderfully and beautifully made. I want you to take a moment now and say this prayer with me. Thank you, God, because you made me a representation of what is beautiful for a girl who looks like me. Thank you that my talents are a great contribution to the larger scale of your goodness. Thank you that I get to experience your beauty in all the people that surround me. Thank you for making me in your image. I am outstanding, and I am the definition of what is beautiful. There will be moments that you will feel not beautiful, and there will be moments that you will feel you need to emulate somebody else to be recognized as beautiful. I want you to take a moment whenever you feel like that and go through all that you wrote, the attributes that you wrote that you appreciate and love about yourself. And remember, you are a representation of what is beautiful to a girl that looks like you. You are a representation of God's goodness, and people need to see you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a good time. I had such an awesome time, and I hope you can continue having these conversations with your friends and sister, and also just reflecting on your unique attributes, things that make you beautiful. And remember, you are the definition of what is beautiful.